everyone, I'm Toni Lontis and this is the Everyday Business Show.
I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, because if I fail, that means I fail for my entire female nation, I call it.
Is that possible? That was the question for myself. And it is absolutely possible.
Hello everyone, I'm delighted today to be back on the screen with a wonderful new friend of mine called Miriam, and she has a platform called Maralytics. Now before I introduce you to Miriam, I want to tell you a little bit about this gorgeous human. Not only is she a best-selling author and founder of Maralytics, which is a SaaS software unlike any other analytical software on the market. After many, many years in hospitality, Miriam did all her own marketing and realized that there had to be a better way of tracking your return on investment. I couldn't agree more. Miriam has owned 3 restaurants in her time and is highly regarded as a qualified trainer in the domestic and international education industry. She delivers diplomas in hospitality, marketing, business, project, and leadership management, and her industry experience and expertise is invaluable in these areas. She provides training and development for all aspects of marketing and other areas of business. It is my absolute delight to welcome to the show this afternoon, Miriam. How are you, Miriam?
I'm good. How are you, Toni?
I am actually really wonderful and all the better for chatting with you. Now, I love Maralytics. I think it is an amazing SaaS platform. I want to know why you created Maralytics and where that creative process started for you.
The reason why I created it was because I wanted to have something that was easy to make decisions, that, you know, I was doing lots of different marketing activities in the cafe that I had. I think I had 15 different types of campaigns. You know, this is back in 2009, so it was a while ago.
Yeah.
But, you know, I had shopper dockets through Coles and shopper dockets through Woolies. They were 2 different offers. Then I had 2 different newspapers. I had the shopping centre newsletter. We had a local newsletter that went around the local area. We had email marketing that I was doing, so I had a lot of email newsletters and stuff going out. I ran competitions. I did community events. I did loads and loads of different things. So I really, especially with the paid advertising and the newspapers, I was spending a lot of money. You know, one of them was about $700-800 a month for a shopping docket. A newspaper was usually $500-600 a month. So you're getting up to around $2,000-3,000 a month with paid advertising strategies. And you know, you just don't know. Like, I can see lots of dockets coming in, but I really wanted to get, well, what is the real return? And I went through it. You know, I had a business coach as well, which helped, because I knew at the time I was tracking how many came in. So I knew that there was like 50 or 80 or 100 or 200 coming in. So I knew the numbers, but I didn't go any deeper. And this coach said to me, we actually need the dollars as well as the numbers, because then you go, well, you know, I know that there's 50 people who have come in, but how much money have they spent? So, you know, it's good to know, because I came from the travel industry prior to that, and we tracked on, well, how you got a free airline ticket was how many tickets you sold.
Yes.
So I tracked the numbers, right? So if I sold 20 Qantas tickets, I got a free ticket to Asia. If I sold 50 Qantas tickets or Air New Zealand, I got a free ticket to the US. So it went with the numbers. So I had come from a different industry of going, well, you know, how you get something is tracking the numbers. The coach said to me that you need to track the dollars as well, because that actually gives you more information. So that's how we started. We tracked what we did was we saved the coupons to a receipt, and at the end of the day, when we did our reconciliations, they were all counted up. So we had, you know, shopper docket number of calls. We had maybe 10 redemptions, and they were valued at $45, and then
the girls put it all on a spreadsheet for me. And then at the end of the month, calculate it up, put it onto another spreadsheet, and that's how I looked. So it was a very manual process, and it was a lot of error because it came down to, did they print a receipt or didn't they? Which, sometimes they forgot. And then the calculating, did they to add, if there was 10 receipts, did they add up the dollars amount correctly? And there was always human error. And then also putting it all to, transferring it from daily reconciliations to the monthly, were there numbers there? Did I use, I had to use formulas, and, so it was fraught with human error, and that's what I didn't like about it. But it did like that it was about 95% accurate, so which is pretty good because
that is good.
Doing it at all, and I was the only one that, I used to talk to the advertisers. I had the shop doctors and the group ones back then as well, and they'd come in at the end of the month and go, right, what were the numbers this month? How many people actually came in? And you could actually prove what the results were, and they used to love seeing what was month on month and what was comparison to a newspaper, and I had all the data that proved it. So, as I said again, this was back in 2009, 2010. So which was the offer? I tried and tested lots of different offers. That's your split testing or A/B testing. So I knew that the buy one get one free was that's the one putting people discounts work. So really, it was really good with split testing. It was good to try different channels because then I could see different results as well. And at that particular time, the technology wasn't available to do the software. Like I asked the sale guy and I said, can we surely put some buttons in here or something? He's going, no, the system is just a dinosaur, like it's good for electronic point of sale, but he goes, it doesn't have the capability. You're talking about some big SAP program, the big...
Yes.
He goes, you're talking about investing hundreds of thousands of dollars to build that. And it's like, okay, won't go there. But forward a few years later, and I think it was my last restaurant, was researching about point of sales, and that was around 2015. And so we had iPads by that stage. But the iPads came out a couple of years prior, and I really liked this whole the point of sales came out on the iPads or on this tablet. It's like, yes, this is something I can do because I can see that the point of sale companies had partners, like Xero was, I don't think Xero was really around then, but there were these books which was an inventory management. I think Xero had started because I used them as well. They were an add-on program. It's like, yes, this is what I want to do. I want to cling on to this point of sale so that we can pull it out, okay, that is an item, that's where we can track it to. And I talked to the developers of these point of sale companies, and they said, yeah, absolutely 100% you can do that. So I went to an app developer and then started the process of getting the software developed. So the reason why I did it was because I wanted something easy. Like I wanted something process which I've just described. I wanted to be able to flick a switch, look at a screen and go, man, like you have with we used to do a flash report and see exactly what our sales were and I wanted to be able to have a similar marketing that I could do a bang, like I could just log in and see exactly what was going on, which campaigns in that moment, we didn't know you need to go wait for the reports. So I could say, right, yeah, bang, here's the results, and no, it's not working.
So you can ditch it. So,
or you can negotiate a better deal, and because it gives you negotiating power as well, which is what was very good because, I had one that wasn't performing. They're going, but this is your target audience. I'm going, yeah, but there's almost zero return. And they said, well, look, we'll offer you 3 months for free if you can. They had a quota as well. They had to fill space. So it gives you power as well that you can
and knowledge and analytics around just how well your marketing is working, or in some cases,
not working.
It's not working. So this SaaS platform, you have invested your own money and your own intellectual property in to develop Maralytics so that people can clearly see how their return on investment via their marketing is working. And there's nothing else like it around, is there, Miriam?
That's correct. Yeah, there is. As I said, I came up with, well, I had the problems back in 2009 and we're now at 2022. So that is 13 years. And I've been researching for 13 years. I have done a lot of customer analysis. I've done a lot of competitor research and have still found nothing. Like there is no platform that actually shows the conversion result for sales. There's loads of platforms like Google Analytics, which
I was just going to ask about that. It identifies, but Maralytics puts them all together, doesn't it?
Well, Google Analytics, what that does is it analyzes your web traffic, right? Analyzes what's going on.
It doesn't tell you what they do.
No, so there is a way you can actually put in your sales into it, but I mean, I'm pretty savvy with. I'm not a coder, but I understand a lot about technology, and I still haven't been able to figure it out to this day. And the same with Facebook Analytics, that gives you the results for Facebook or for Instagram because it's under Meta, but that just gives you your impressions, your click-through rate, and the time, and your demographics. Who's clicking on it. So it gives you an audience demographic, but it again doesn't tell you how many people bought from you.
Yeah,
so exactly you could be spending hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars on your Facebook,
and not knowing that it's equating to dollars.
Yeah, so I know, like I recently did a Facebook ad, and it said that I had 98 click-throughs. And it was a cost per click of 28 cents or something per click, but I had 0 sales from it. So 0, and that's where I was like, well, on
that
the
ad's
Facebook
no good.
Side, no, so it looks good because it got a lot of clicks, but I'm starting to think, is that when you're flicking your screen, you're scrolling through your feed and you're flicking, is that when you accidentally click on it, is that then considered a click-through? So, is that...
But we're interested in the sale. Like, I don't mind how many impressions. Click-throughs. I want a sale as well on top of that.
Yeah, you do really want to know your reach. That's quite important. Like, that's something I do look at. It's like, well, how much exposure am I going to get to? Like, I've been exhibiting at expos recently, and when there's 20,000 visitors of an expo, it means that's the possible reach, right? So I can get exposed to that many people. So reach is quite important, but the click-through rate, you do want to know that as well. So who's looking at it? But yeah, as a business owner, and I've been in business for over 20 years, to me, what really matters is how much money is coming in the door and how many customers are walking in the door. Like, I call it bums on seats back in the restaurant analogy.
And I was just going to say, it doesn't matter whether it's a restaurant, retail sales. It works with online sales, I'm assuming. It works across any business where you want to see what your return on investment is.
Yeah. Well, you have, I'm just going to show here.
Yes, please. There.
All right, so there it works. So that's what I call the marketing wheel. And that shows all the different areas that we have in marketing, and social media is just one of those. And inside social media is your Facebook and Insta and LinkedIn. And
all the rest.
And that's one of those little icons on that wheel. We have areas like here, trade events, we have videos, we have SEO, we have print, we have telemarketing, we have influencers, we have sponsorships, we have community programs, we have reputation management, all your reviews and stuff. So, and that's just some of them. Email marketing and BDMs, loyalty. There's so many different areas of marketing that we can attract customers by. And a TikTok video can be absolutely awesome for a fashion, people that are fashion or doing beauty. But it's not going to be the best for a lawyer or a plumber.
No. No.
The right audience. So, the Maralytics is really good because when you know what marketing works or what one of these channels are, which channel is working for you, then well, that's where I'm going to actually put the effort.
So Maralytics can pull information from any one of those marketing activities.
It can pull. Pull is not quite the right word.
Yeah, that's not the right word.
We pull the transactional details from a point of sale or from an accounting program, but it's up to you. Like, you can have campaigns in any of those channels. So campaign, what we call campaign, can be identified by the channel or that's why we call it a campaign. It's like, well, what are we doing? So with, let's say, videos, I can have 5 different videos. So there'll be 5 campaigns in the video channel. Whereas, you know, you can have barter card or coin or, you know, all these.
Yes.
But you can, so we tend to identify, in Maralytics, we call a campaign is actually the channel and the type.
Yeah.
So then we have a campaign type, which is a call to action. So what is the offer? Is it 10% off, free item, special offer, those kind of things. But, you know, whether it's a channel or a, you know, free, so, yeah, I would say a YouTube special offer or a YouTube promo deal. So I would call that really is what I call the campaign name, because it's, you know, that way you can identify the different channels. We don't.
Miriam, do you still do marketing? So now you've got this amazing platform. So you're doing your own marketing for Maralytics?
Absolutely. So, you know, I have, I've been recently, sorry, I'm leaning over for some more stuff. So, you know, like this is one of our printed materials, right? I don't know if that's coming in there.
I can see the dollar amount.
Yeah. So, you know, that's, we've been recent to launch to market. We've been doing a lot of trade expos.
Yes.
Marketing. And so we've launched at about 5 different expos in the last couple of months. And with that, you need to have printed material.
You do.
And then offer. So this is an offer we have, which has there and 5 coaching sessions. We've done social media ads. We're about to launch on AppSumo, which is a software marketplace.
That's so exciting to be able to see you on AppSumo. I can't wait to see that. That's fantastic.
Very excited about that. And once I know how that campaign goes, because again, we're tracking all these results in Maralytics, so we can see what our like. And I know AppSumo has a lot of competitors as well. So now that I've been following AppSumo for years, and it was always one of my strategies. So, you know, I have that trade expos as one type of marketing.
Yes.
I have social media ads as another type of marketing. I have grants. I've been offering grant proposals for, we have had some grants come out. That was another type of marketing. Yeah. So I do social media. I do organic as well as lead gen activities. So lots of different things that we are doing. But yeah, with the AppSumo, there's 10 competitors. So once we've got our first month, because AppSumo being the largest, I'm then going to go on the 10 others after that. So I'll give AppSumo a month to see how that goes. It's just about getting a big reach. You know, that's what we mentioned before with Facebook is you do need to, you know, with your marketing, you want to get access to a wider audience. And every with the 10 other competitors to AppSumo, they're just all a different audience. So, you know, if AppSumo's going to go well, it's worthwhile exploring all those other ones, because that's a direction that will work, or hopefully will work. And you know, I know with the trade expos, I really expected it to be a lead gen in like getting sales, and it hasn't been that. And even it's been quite interesting to we really had, because I came from hospitality, and you know I've done 3 restaurants, so I have a lot of experience in hospitality. Yes, and I really did expect that to be my target audience. And now 5 months in, and we do have paying customers, is I'm finding my customer demographic is not hospitality. It's only something about 10% hospitality, and that's been quite interesting, because then, you know, once I do the AppSumo, it'll be I do a sample, like this is a sampling on 10. Yes. But you really need, you can't pigeonhole yourself into the first 10. Like you've got to look at the first 100, and then the 1,000, and then you can go, well, that's who my ideal customer is, and really change. But you know, being newly launched, and you can't expect to know, well, that's who my target audience is. I actually don't know. So this first year of being launched is about exploring on who is our ideal customer, because again, that comes under marketing, is who's your ideal customer, and I expect it to be, so that's showing up, it's not that.
Actually, I find this a really fascinating discussion, that you have a business and everyone says you should know who your target market is. Well, from my experience, that evolves as your business
does.
evolves, and it
It does.
changes as you and the business change. So what might have started as your ideal avatar, for instance, is not your ideal avatar in this point in the business. And no one ever tells you that. So I'm
Yep.
really glad that you said that, Miriam, that
Yeah.
it can and does change, and you may go through a whole number of different customer types and client types on your journey in business.
Well, I think as well, being in business is you do constantly have to adapt and grow and evolve, you know,
absolutely.
like especially we've come out of COVID, which has been 2 years now. What business, you know, even when I think about to the digital age and, you know,
Yeah.
again, bringing a phone into it, is that, you know, when I started in business actually, or in the restaurants, was phones only just came out in 2009. Facebook, I think we started that business in 2008. Facebook had only just started, but it was still, you know, I only had a few friends on Facebook. Like I did
Yes.
start on Facebook, I think it was around 2007 or 2008. So,
Uh-huh.
you know, these were brand new. You know, what business was like was still more traditional, which was the
Yes.
way it was for a long time. But I would say
It's
clearly
changing now.
since 2010, there has been a huge shift
Huge
because
amount of
we now have what we call apps.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, like your phone now looks, you
Your
know,
phone
like
is
all
your
that.
mini computer. Your phone connects you
Everything.
to food, shopping, clothes, hardware, keeping track of your business, your banking,
Photos,
everything.
videos. Yeah. So, you know,
Absolutely.
we've become so reliant on this device. And that's where, as I said, marketing, you know, I showed again that the wheel, which I use this, right, is a lot of businesses are still traditional marketing, but
Yes.
we need to take
Shift
into
and change.
you need to also get, well, you know, not everything's about print media. I mean, we still, you know, to me,
You still
these
do.
postcards are really important for when I'm doing a trade expo, because I know when I go to them, if you've just got your QR code, you know, let's say you've got your QR code.
Yeah. No, it's not going to show up.
Anyway, there's a QR code, right?
Yes.
If you just got a QR code at your stand, it's like, I can't remember who you are. You know, the last expo I did was 400 exhibitors.
Yes.
Yeah. 4 days, and that's a lot of people. I was like, I can't remember. I forget instantly who you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's still important. Like we still need, and even my printer, like I went and had a session with my printer, and he's going, well, look, it's got to feel a certain way. It's got to have, you can't just have a piece of flimsy paper. He goes,
It's got to be substantial.
a lot of people actually, it's an unconscious decision. It's like, well, is that use cheap? You know, if they've used a cheap graphic paper, but, you know, he said to me, it's really important, the texture and the feel and the weight. And so, yeah, I had a big lesson about that for my printer. I'll just even in printing, just about paper and how important that is, because this is all your unconscious decisions you make.
And the colour and the branding and how recognisable the branding is.
Even like I have with these two, right, is, you know, I realised when I did this that this colour is a little bit off brand. You know, this one is right on brand for me, whereas I didn't realise that at the time. I was more focused on the content of this one. And, you know, that side of it is on brand, but the other side is not. I mean, it's only I notice it because I know it, right? So I think we're our own worst enemy of being perfectionists, but I was more about, I want to get something out. But now that I'm starting to perfect the brand, you know, again, it's only 6 months, you sort of tend to evolve with your printed assets as well. You know, your business, as we were saying before, is it's about evolving and always improving and going, well, what gets the best results?
Miriam, before we run out of time, I want you to quickly tell us what Maralytics, the platform, can do for businesses specifically.
Okay, what it can do is it actually gives you results. So through the platform, we can start, we can do your tracking. So you can track your actual sales. We connect with big partners like Xero, Square, Lightspeed, which is Counter and Vend. And we do have new ones coming on board like Shopify, Stripe, and Pyro. So they're always evolving. There's a lot more, I think, MyOb's coming on next year. We've got a few other point of sale. So, you know, there's constantly new partners coming on. So tracking it automatically. Remember how I said
Yes.
My girls used to staple a
Yes.
coupon to a receipt. Well, that's what I call the tracking component. So that is now automated. You can automatically do that. And then the other side is, the actual platform itself is a dashboard where it has it has different charts, and it can show you all your results. It can show you your trends of your marketing, when things are doing well.
Customers, the profit per customer, the cost per customer, average sales.
Sales, profit, costs, ROI percentage, and then the customer amount. So sales per customer, profit per customer, cost per customer, ROI per customer.
And then
stuff even like sales by profit and sales campaigns by sales and campaigns by profit. So is one more about getting the value of your customer spend up. So that kind of stuff is all very valuable information.
And all of that information is downloadable in reports, isn't it?
Yep. So you can download them as a PDF or a CSV. So PDF, if you just want, you can screenshot.
Or Excel.
That's a CSV file in Excel if you want to manipulate the some way so that you can put them in your reports.
Miriam, I want you just to quickly tell the audience how they can find and connect with you if they want to know more about this amazing platform, Maralytics.
Okay, so we're easily found on the website, which is www or https Maralytics, Maralytics.com. So Maralytics the name came from its marketing analytics. So put together Maralytics. So easily found. If you want to contact me directly, you can. You can just, there's a contact us page on there. But yeah, we're on all the socials. We're on Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google My Business Profile, business profile. So you can find us pretty much in all the standard places as well.
Fantastic. Miriam, thank you so much for spending time telling us about this amazing new platform. I'd like to encourage businesses to connect with Miriam and ask her all the hard questions. She has spent a long time developing this amazing platform, and I'd really like to get it out to as many businesses as possible. Miriam, thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, because if I fail, that means I fail for my entire female nation, I call it.
Is that possible? That was the question for myself. And it is absolutely possible. Is that possible? That was the question for myself. And it is absolutely possible. Is that possible? That was the question